And I'm just going to deal with each of these, each bit of the hepatitis B virus. So first, hepatitis. Hepatitis is the inflammation of the liver. So if the liver is damaged in any sort of way, it becomes inflamed. And the virus causes that. The liver is a very important organ. You need it to live, which is why they named it the liver. It's huge. It's your biggest internal organ. Weighs about 1.5 to 2.5 kilos, and it's important for a lot of things. And for this, I need some cheers. So who here thinks they can't cook? Okay, you can all cook except you. So I'm just going to pick someone at random. You and you. This is a liver. Someone took a nap in the lab, so. So this is a lamb's liver I got from the markets this morning. It's fairly small. A human liver would be a bit bigger. Yeah. Speak up a bit. Your hands are stinky. Yeah. I'll stop that. Don't worry.
Are you serious? Do you want me to get a shovel out?
So, this liver is very important in lots of things. One of them is the breakdown and recycling of red blood cells. So, your red blood cells live in the blood for about 100 days, 120 days. And after that, they start to break down, and it's very hard for them to keep carrying oxygen and carbon dioxide around the body. So they're taken up in the liver and broken down. And their breakdown product is something called bilirubin. And bilirubin is yellow, and when it gets very concentrated, it goes brown. And this bilirubin is a waste product and is chucked out into the feces, and it's actually what makes your poo brown. So it's just the breakdown products of red blood cells. So people with hepatitis have this waste management system broken. So instead of going out into the feces, the bilirubin stays in the blood, and that's why people with hepatitis get very jaundice, which means they get yellowing of the skin and yellowing of the eyes. And also another just related symptom is they get pale stools. Their stools are actually, their poo is clay coloured instead of the usual brown. So yeah, there's that. The liver also produces something called albumin. And albumin is very important for keeping the blood in your vessels. So, albumin is a protein. I assume you've learnt about proteins in chemistry or biology or something. Yeah. And so these proteins stay in the blood and just hold on to water. If there's not enough albumin, you get something called ascites. You get blood build up, fluid build up in your belly. So you see kids in Somalia or Rwanda or something, and you see them and they're all famished. And they have these bloated bellies. And that's because they don't have the protein to produce this albumin. And so all the water in their blood ends out into their bellies. It's not actually in the gut, it's actually outside the gut in their bellies. Then you get swollen ankles and whatnot. Another thing the liver does is storage. So it stores a lot of sugar, a lot of iron, enough iron for about a month or two, enough copper for your body, which is supplied for about 5 months, I think. And it's a good storage organ because everything you eat gets absorbed by the gut, and all the blood around the gut gets all these nutrients. And then all that blood goes to the liver first. And then it gets stored in the liver, and then it gets doled out proportionately.
It's probably really bad, isn't it?
A bit fun. So that's what the liver does in terms of storage. And detoxification. So as I said before, all the stuff you eat goes through the liver first. So any toxins that you eat, any alcohol that you drink, which you should get because you're 17. Any drugs that you take, all go into the liver first, and then processed and broken down so that the rest of your body doesn't get this toxin in it, and you get these whole body effects and toxins affecting other organs. So, one of these toxins that the liver deals with is something called peroxide. I've got a jar of it here. Don't get blood over everything. So, peroxide is, well, used by you to bleach your hair. It's also used for cleaning wounds and whatnot, and that's why I could get it at the pharmacy. I'm just going to put this in here. So peroxide is a breakdown product. It's a side effect of breakdown of proteins. So when you eat proteins, peroxide is produced by the liver when it breaks them down. And so it has to break down this peroxide before it gets to anything, because